Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome all. I'm Shruti Mehrotra, Head of Marketing at Aarogram, and let's get this started. I also host the Efficient Care podcast for Aarogram. Let's begin. The process of insurance benefits verification is a significant bottleneck to functioning efficiently as a healthcare business, leading to delays, denials, as well as frustrated patients and providers. In a world where instant information is the norm, we cannot afford outdated processes that hinder our ability to provide effective care. Today, we're deep diving into how generative AI, especially AI agents, are revolutionizing this critical aspect of healthcare revenue operations. We'll explore how these intelligent tools are moving beyond simple automation to truly understand and navigate the complexities of insurance verification. We will uncover how they fit seamlessly into your existing workflows, empowering your practice to streamline operations and maximize reimbursements. Joining us today is Kashyap Purani, co founder of Aarogram, and Priyank Thakkar, co founder and CTO of Aarogram. Both have an extensive background in healthcare tech and practice operations. The floor is all yours, Kashyap.
Yeah, thanks, Shruti. Let me just set up. Yeah, here we go. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of LinkedIn Live event by Aarogram. And looks like we have a very interesting topic. There are a lot of people I see have joined, signed up for this event. 40 plus people. That definitely shows interest in this topic. Yeah, first of all, I want to apologize for the last events hiccup, technical hiccup. We had some issue with the integration of the LinkedIn Live um, event setup, but looks like we're back and we're getting hang of it. So we're very excited to cover this topic with you. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm co-founder and CEO of Aarogram, and uh, this topic is really interesting, and so I look forward to sharing whatever we have gathered and what insights we have with all of you. So yeah, let's get started. Let me set up my screen a little bit. Yes. So yeah, the part of the interest. So my theory is that people have been hearing about AI agent and the generative AI and specifically application in healthcare, because healthcare is something very important, touches a lot of people. So that's could be the part of the reason why this topic is very popular. And AI agent is something you are probably hearing a lot about. And first it was generative AI, and now it's AI agent. So as we start, maybe it could be a good idea to refresh our knowledge a little bit of what AI agent or agent is. So if you look at the, I would give the analogy of, like at an organization or company, when a person joins, it could be, when there's a joining, new joining, there could be an intern or trainee, and then they become the assistant, then become like a experienced employee. And so that's the kind of journey I would given as an analogy, how AI is also evolving. So earlier there used to be bots that would do the jobs that you are just asked them to do, and they don't use their mind. It's just like you define the rules, you define the process, and the bots will do it, right? So that was the early wave of automation. We got like this bots got a little bit smarter, so they become like a assistant or kind of software aided assistant. And then from AI assistant become AI co-pilot. So co-pilot is something that will work with you, alongside with you. May not be the main pilot, but can actually act as a co-pilot. But now we are just at the, you know at the frontier of the beginning of new era, I would say, that is AI agent. And in this context, AI agent means they are independent kind of agent that can take action, interact with the data, with the software, and get the output that you want. So that's where we got new intelligence, that have become powerful. And with that intelligence, now we are able to automate the process end to end, and now it can act independently as well. Although you could argue, what could be the use cases. So in our context, let's start with the use case here in, for example, the benefit verification. And we are kind of comparing, contrasting with the patient care aspect, which is more human aspect. So we don't want to go into that deep debate right now, like what AI agent can do and what humans supposed to do. But let's just focus on something like benefit verification, which is highly manual, highly repetitive, highly tedious. If you could automate it with AI agent, then I think no human should actually spend time on it, because there are a lot of important things you have to do. You didn't join, if you're working in healthcare, you didn't join just to do those paperworks and phone calls and be put on wait by the insurance company. You join to provide patient care, and that's where you're supposed to do. And then AI agent can actually support you, be able to support you. So let's take a step back. I already kind of touched upon a lot of things about benefit verification, but first let's see why is it important, okay? And why, as a company, we made a mission, at least our first kind of a project, to create this automation AI agent that takes care of this process, okay? So this is something, we have gathered by speaking with hundreds of healthcare providers, administrators. If you were to define the pre-visit patient journey, especially in outpatient context, so we have gathered a lot of problems that happen. Maybe some of the providers are dealing with some issues more than the others, but overall, these are like most frequent things we have gathered so far in our from our conversations. And the very first thing you have to do when patient comes to you, either via website or referrals or walk-in, like you have to verify benefits, because as you know, the healthcare is mostly funded by insurance, and patients would expect the insurance to cover a lot of things, right? But then that's where the problem arises, because insurance benefit terms are so complicated. So forget about the patient, but the provider staff also don't have tools to actually uh, uh, make a sense of it a lot of times. And that's the reason, it's kind of very first step, a lot of things kind of break down, okay? Because if you're not able to, and here we're talking about the benefit verification at the procedure level, at the CPT code level, because without that, you don't get full clarity about the pricing responsibility and how much is insurance going to pay. So that's different from just checking whether insurance is active or not, okay? So that's a big difference and very important nuance that a lot of people kind of miss, especially the decision maker. They don't know if they are not involved into day-to-day activity, right? So that's the reason, you need that clarity at the procedure level. And unfortunately, there is no other system right now that can actually give you with that accuracy and may tell you the plan level deductible or other things. But to get the verification, like, you have to shift through all the information. And if you are working in that role for 15-20 years, then maybe, yeah, you can figure out. But otherwise, you end up calling the insurance company, and that is the first step. And if you don't get it right, the benefit in the beginning, there's like a chain reaction, okay? And it affects price estimate. It affects how as a provider you collect from the patient upfront. It affects, creates problem for the billing later on, creates surprise bill. Maybe sometimes you don't get paid by the insurance company because you didn't get clarity, or there were upfront issues. So all kind of issues happen. So today we are going to focus on mainly benefit verification, but in our other episodes we have covered touch upon the price transparency as well. In fact, we have the next upcoming LinkedIn live event next Friday, next Thursday, only where we're going to talk about the price transparency aspect in more details. But for the scope of this um, presentation in this session, let's focus on the benefit because it's like a main benefit bottleneck. Okay, and there are other things also has to happen after benefit verification, but let's focus on benefit verification. That's where the first step, if you don't get it, it kind of breaks down. Okay, so let's see, because on the surface it looks very simple, but as you peel different layers, you would discover a lot of intricacies, a lot of complications, so you have to figure out to get that right. And how do you what's the current state? Current state, either you go to portal, go to your system, everything, will throw all the information at you. Okay, you have to figure out, and sometimes staff gets overwhelmed, and if you get overwhelmed, a lot of confusion, then you have to call to insurance company and you put on hold. So those are the problems occur. And I have actually tried calling insurance company, like I was put on hold for 1 hour, 2 hours. That's my record time. Like I was once put on hold for 2.5 hours, right? So now think about it, when you have hundreds of patients, especially for a larger practice, coming every day, and then staff is so much stretched and stress as well, right? So and then, how do you deal with it? And this is actually a real life example. I got a screenshot where, you go to the site, and like this is all like described to you, and then you have to figure out, what applies, what doesn't apply, what is a deductible, co-pay, co-insurance, out of pocket maximum. And this is also actually one of the better examples. I've seen other examples when there is no structured data, there is a missing information, and there are like 10, 15 different options, and you are on your own to figure that out. And so that's not a good situation. So what if, automation could help? But if it could help, then why hasn't it been automated yet? Right? Maybe so my answer to this is like there were definitely technical challenges, and we have to deal with, whatever, however it system works. We can always imagine, the ideal world scenario when the system is very seamless, data you get right away from the insurance company, but unfortunately we're not there yet. So in the meantime, what do we do? Let's then that's where, we kind of dive deeper into and started automating these things. And our goal was always been, okay, make it as simple as going to a restaurant and getting a menu where you get the upfront pricing offered to you even before setting an appointment. Um, but you can't get there if you don't have the accurate benefits, and that's where, we try to solve, and we have been solving it. We are on it for last 1.5 years, and we just, even today's day, we discover a lot of nuances, a lot of complications. And these are some of the examples for preview. Like for the same patient, same plan, if the patient goes from one provider to another provider, benefits would change, the fees would change, the estimate would change, right? Why? Because it depends on a lot of factors. For example, if you take the provider's profile, there is a service categorization. How are you categorized as institutional, professional, facility? What is your network status? And there could be some variations: tier one, tier two network status, place of service. Some insurance have other rules. Some insurance have different rules. Sometimes, there is a different place of service for verification. There is a different place of service for billing. So how do you deal with all this things? And remember, when you get like out of the box solution from practice management system, they don't do any customization for your profile as a provider's profile. Okay, so then how do you get even accurate benefits, right? If they don't do any customization, they don't do any fine tuning for your profile, then how are you going to get that accuracy? And that's where it's very important to actually do that. And and as a company, at Aarogram, actually, that's how we do it. we actually have a very robust onboarding process that goes on 1 to 3 weeks, depending on the complexity. And we also look at the historical claims, but also we have our own mm, rules and library and the knowledge and the data training. Plus, on top of it, we all can also use providers' own knowledge, because provider is in the business for 10, 15 years, and this, they have gathered a vast amount of knowledge that is very difficult for any human assistant to gather and apply on the fly. But machine can do it. And how can it do it? Well, we have built AI agent, and for any AI to get to CPT level benefits, like, you need to consider all different. So these are the only some of the key parameters you have to get it right, to get to the exact accurate benefits. Okay, so, and even within this, if you go deeper into it, like, there could be other things you could discover, right? And so, how do you deal with all this? Well, now luckily, there are AI agents like ours, who can actually handle this. Okay, so we have built an AI agent, and when we say agent, that means we're talking about the human level intelligence, or at least in the context of this benefit verification, where it can take care of the whole process end to end. And how does it take care? Because we have the whole library of benefit mapping based on different variations in the plan and the different plan type. But then we have also gathered the subject matter expertise that we feed into AI, and AI is trained on, we have processed like thousands of patients, and estimates and verified thousands of patients. So that all goes into it, and then we fine tune for particular provider's profile, apply specific rules, and as I said before, we also utilize the provider's own knowledge base as well, to figure those things out. And our system is so sophisticated that um, it is actually now possible to handle all the variations, limitations, exceptions. And when we got started, we were not sure whether we're going to be able to do it automatically. But luckily, like, there is so many breakthroughs in AI models, and now we have all the sophisticated technology that are actually making it possible, that was not possible earlier. So that is why it's very exciting, that we are actually doing it. And here's the agentic workflow that I want to share quickly. And when say agentic workflow, that means, as I said, the agent means, like, it is taking care of the whole process end to end independently. You could call it one agent doing multiple tasks, or there are multiple agents working separately, and they're orchestrating their action and getting the input output, and to get to the final conclusion. So, as you know, like, getting the benefits from insurance is not the hardest step, but there are a lot of other steps, like, you determine the network status, service coverage, benefit attributes, apply fee schedule, calculate estimate, and that's how you get to the final point, right? And now we are able to do it within seconds. And we have a little bit of preview as well as we go. Maybe, my co-founders, Priyank, who's the CTO, can cover that aspect a little bit. Maybe first integration, then we have a little surprise for you. We're gonna share something that will make this session interactive, so that you can get like first-hand experience as well. So, let me get Priyank to the stage, and you can take it from there, Priyank. Go ahead. I'm not able to hear what you're speaking. Um, is sound coming?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you. Yeah.
Hey everyone, nice to meet you. Yeah, so as I'm sharing my screen, we seamlessly integrate our AI agent with your EHR system. And, first thing, you manage entire patient workflow in your EHR. So we fetch patients from your EHR, put it into Aarogram revenue cycle management, and through that, we connect with the payers, from which we get a lot of raw benefits, which you're supposed to get by calling them or logging into portal or using third-party tools like Avality.
Priyank, if
And
you were
that
trying
goes
to
through
share
our
the
AI
screen,
agent.
right now the slides is being shared, so you have to select share screen and share your screen. Um,
Oh, I already shared. Let me see.
Hold on, let me, maybe I have to change the
If you stop
frame.
sharing, it'll show up.
Um, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think is it good? Is it sharing?
No, we're not able to. I'm not able to see any
Maybe you can share
shares.
for me. That's fine. Yeah. Anyone? Any questions while Kashyap gets that up? Any questions we want to take?
Yes, I think we have something in our chat. But yeah, if your screen is working, then we can move ahead.
Yeah, so let me share this. If you
Perfect.
guys are able to see.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kashyap. So this is our one of the customer-facing interface where you can come in, choose your insurance company, put an insurance plan, Kashyap.
Yeah, plan is kind of optional, but
Mhm.
yeah,
And
let's
go
get
ahead,
there.
choose the state, first name, last name, date of birth. So this is where a patient could come in, put all their information, and say, "Okay, I'm the insurance holder." Hit continue,
Yeah, so this is a
and our
dummy estimator. So all data is kind of dummy, just for showcase purpose.
so put the email address and phone number, please. This is our demo system, so it doesn't capture any PII right now. You guys can play with it as well. It's HIPAA compliant. You click accept and continue. We're connecting with the insurance companies and getting the benefits. One of the key information we get here is insurance is active. Second key information we get here is the patient's insurance in network or out of network for your practice. Third is what is the plan type? Is it PPO? Is it HMO? What is it? And what are the services that you provide are available to the patient? That could be 5 services, that could be 50 services. It's all highly customizable. Then patient can click on one of these services and see what would the benefits and estimates are. So can you click on the service consult, Kashyap, please?
Yeah, and by the way, for those of you in audience, I guess Shruti, you have posted the link, right, on the comment section. So yeah, go ahead and check it yourself. It's so you can actually get the first-hand experience of it. So yeah, here you could see I have selected a service which is consult, and these are all like programmable based on your
Mm-hmm.
provider profile, and you can see the benefits are verified automatically at the procedure level, and then this estimates are also calculated and shown here.
Right. So all these benefits came in real time from insurance company within seconds, and we calculated the estimate using the appropriate fee schedule for those services. So if you have a fee schedule for Cigna that is different from Aetna or Medicare, we account for all those different fee schedules. If you have a fee schedule for in-office or online consultation, we also account for that. You have a fee schedule for in-network and out-of-network, we also account for that. And if there are any benefits that are individual level or the family level, primary insurance level or the secondary insurance level, we marry all those benefits and bring it up for the patient in real time within seconds so they can see what is the cost that's paid by insurance company for their service and what they owe to the practice for this service. So in this way, this AI agent within seconds gives you all the answers about the cost per appointment or per service for that patient. regardless of the insurance company, regardless of the insurance plan, regardless
Mhm.
of the services covered.
Yeah. And in this case, AI agent is kind of working behind the scenes, so it may not be visible. So this is just one use case, which is patient facing. But then we have other variations as well, because it's just in simple terms input output. So we have provider interface, we have API interface. So AI agent, does it work behind the scenes, and then uh, you know you can interlay any kind of UX on top of it for your requirement.
So we can build any workflow with this system. The workflow could be patient, just going on your website and checking the benefits or checking the estimates if you want to share the estimates with them, or your staff going into EHR companies and clicking a button, get benefits from Aarogram, and our agent will give all the benefits in your EHR within seconds. And we connect with all major EHR companies such as Epic, Cerner, Athena, eClinicalWorks, and so on. We have also integrated with Salesforce and some other companies. Any questions?
Yeah, you can post the questions on the comment section.
Just let me, I think we have some. Let me read them out to you too, and you can answer them. We have a question from Jack who asks, is it hard to train your staff on AI tools and AI agents?
um,
So how to train the teams?
Is it hard to train staff on these tools?
Yeah, so it's a great question, right? The good thing is the tools are your own tools, your EHR or your website. So it's actually AI is learning from your staff, and AI is being trained by your staff. It's not the staff that needs to be trained. It's a simple click of a button within your EHR or a simple click of a button on your website.
that's why we are calling them agent, because as an agent they work alongside of your staff. So there was used to be time earlier when staff has to do something in the software, and interact with the software and get into it. And now you have a higher level of autonomy and intelligence, so that can work alongside with your staff. So that actually reduces with the adoption and the staff uh, behavior change as well.
Any other questions?
Okay, we have another question. Yeah, we have another question from Tracy who asks, what is the biggest blocker for adopting AI agents at healthcare businesses?
Great question. Yeah. The biggest thing is that the staff alignment with the leadership or the outcomes of the project. For example, one of our customers, their staff was sensitive about losing the job to AI agent, which is not the case. When they had the right alignment within the staff and leadership guided the staff that by using this AI tools, their per patient effort reduces from 30 minutes to 30 seconds, and they can reutilize their workflow in enabling new use cases such as collecting upfront patient, reducing the over collection, reducing the under collection, reminding patients and adjusting their appointments at the right time with the right provider. So there are a lot of use cases that open up that enables pro practices for more profitability. And the biggest blocker is staff's uncomfortable, the staff becomes uncomfortable when they see the AI agents, about the quality of AI agents work, or thinking that they might lose their job. But that's not the whole truth, to be very transparent.
Great, thank you so much, Priyank. If you have any further questions for us or would like to learn more about how Aerogram can help your organization, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or our team. You can find our contact information on the screen. And thank you again for joining us today. We hope you found this webinar informative and valuable. I'll share a link to our podcast and newsletter. I've also shared a link to the patient cost estimator that Priyank and Kashyap so kindly showed us, and you can test it out at your convenience.
I want to add one quick.
We also have.
Yeah, on
Go
this, on
ahead.
the previous
Yes.
question. Thank you, Shruti. So one of our customers with 5,000 patients, they had a lot of people doing the benefit verification and estimates. Once they used Aarogram, they reduced, that burn significantly by 80%, and that staff was able to complete the prior authorization that were pending. Because of that, they were, getting a lot of claim denials. So their claim denial reduced significantly just because they could do the prior authorization, and their prior authorization ratio increased just because they can free up their staff. So there's a lot of opportunity that in real world we can, open up with these AI agents. It's just a real time example. Just wanted to share with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Priyank. Thank you, Kashyap. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining.